Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the worldwide Parkcast. Jazz hands. Anyways,
Yeah, yeah.
so
Clue like no music, no clapping. You know, like no music, no
thank you,
clapping.
thank you, thank you, everyone. I really appreciate everyone coming out here in my really creepy basement that I have to put a background on mine in order for you not to see my creepy basement. But anyways, I am here with a very special guest, none other than the one, the only, didn't get his 100 rides in on the voyage, airtime Mike.
What's up? What's up? What's going on? I want to say hi. I want to say hi to the one person that's here. They didn't know how much you mean to me. That's good. And hopefully, everybody will start flocking later. We
Yep.
do apologize for like any kind of like technical delays.
Yes.
Jackson here wet the bed on the electronics here.
I know. I thought you were just gonna say he wet the bed and like destroyed his computer, and I was like, that's not what happened at all. But
went
that's
to bed, but he's got his big boy pants on now.
Yeah,
We should be good to go. We should be
Yes.
good to go. We should
Very
be good to
much
go
so.
now.
Alrighty. So we are gonna start with the very legendary question that I've been doing. So that I asked. Okay, so your weirdest fan interaction. Go.
Oh God. Okay. Let me do a check here on his phone and make sure that he hasn't viewed the story because I can't have this guy show up in my house. I can't have this guy show up in my house. And I don't think he has seen the story yet, so I think we're good.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So I'm looking again. Wait a minute. Oh no.
Has he seen it?
No. I need to lock this door. Anyway. So weirdest story is going to be, and it's kind of funny because like with Cabby, she'll attest to this. But so I flew in to Hollywood. So my first trip to Holiday World this summer was in June. This was like their opening week. Came in that Friday, and it wasn't gonna go to the park. We had planned to meet up with our friends Nikki G Does Things and her husband Tim. Click Sip Boom, that's his Instagram name.
Ooh,
I stopped by Holiday World Friday evening to get for 2 hours, right? Because I want to get a few voyage rides in for the first year, check it out, see how it's running. And we meet this guy, just coasted through, 624. What's up? Nice guy, very polite, means well. And he's like, hey, you're airtime Mike. And I always have this conversation with with some of my close friends. They're like, you're this guy in the community. I'm like, I'm nobody's community, man. I'm just a guy who's on eltoro Ryan's channel, because Ryan busts his butt and works so hard in his channel. By the way, he's like a miracle worker.
That
guy's awesome. And
what's up, Brian?
What up, Brian? What's up, dude? Hey, Nadine, the wifey. What's up? And so we're in line for the voyage. And this guy recognizes me. He's like, hey, hey, can I get a picture? So I tag him in a story post. I'm like, hey, go follow him. We get like a nice little back row ride on a voyage. And then we get off the train. He's like, hey, nice to meet you. He talks about some people he knew that were similar. And that's it, man. We were getting ready to head out, and I shook his hand, and he's like, what are you up to tomorrow? I'm like, hey, I'm here with some friends. We're going to be, doing our thing tomorrow. It's their first time to the park. He's like, hey, that's awesome. So I thought that was the end of it, right? So, fast forward Saturday, and I walk in the park. It's me, Kat, got Tim, Nikki, and we also met up there with Jeff and Rebecca as well too. So it's like kind of like our little group. And this guy, he walks up to us with his friend. He's like, oh, there he is. It's airtime Mike. He's like, yes, we're rolling with you guys all day today. And I have this look at my face. I'm just kind of like Cat, did I mention that yesterday? And I had to be careful because it's Tim and Nikki's first time going, and they're very private people. Like they had already mentioned, hey, we're not really big on groups. I'm like, I understand that, just going to be us and maybe like one other couple. So I gave them a heads up, and this guy just proceeds to like a conjoined twin, like stay attached to my hip. Like he's like, we're riding all day. Hey, I've already. We're gonna go ahead and reserve this ride first and deal. Like I'm like, we, us, them. Like all these are like language like coming out of his mouth, and I'm like, you, him, I, and so we go to Raven, and like he's there with some Raven, and we were like, okay, got the one ride in. all right, he'll probably kind of catch your hand like, hey, it's nice to me seeing you again. We'll catch up later, type thing. And then he stands outside the gate, like, hey, okay, what ride are we going to next? I'm like, okay, we're clearly not on the same page here somewhere. I was like, cool, go ahead and put in for the voyage. Let's go ahead to the voyage. And we had put in the Raven, so we put in the Legend. So we got on a Legend, and then like he's standing like at the like pathway of like the Legend. He's like, yeah, they're running one train right now. I'm like, thought sure going to voyage. You know, I was like, okay, like that's not happening. And then Nikki wanted some coffee, so like we went and got some coffee, and then like then he kind of like went his way, went away for like about like 35 minutes, and then like later, like throughout the day, he would just pop up. Okay, like, and I'm not talking like, hey, we're at the same time together. Like, no, like seek his way over to be like, hey guys, what's going on? Like, and just interrupt conversations like he's been there all day. You know, like, hey, we've been hanging all today. Like, so what you think about the ride? And like this dude would like have random, like when I say pop up, I mean like scary pop up. Like you're like I'm talking to Tim and like we'll be in his, and then like he'll just be like right next to me, like right here. It's like right here. I'm like, you know, he's like, yeah, I thought, man, it was great, man. Wasn't it? I'm like, where did this guy come from? You know, like what's going on here? You know, so and like it was the last example was we had separated from them again, and then like we had lunch, and then we're on the 4th of July section on our way back down to Thanksgiving where Voyage is, and he's got this blue ice cream in his hand. I'm walking talking to Tim, and we're probably like 15 feet in front of like Kat and Nikki. And apparently he must have saw me or something. He like runs over, right? With his ice cream cone, blue ice cream cone, like melting in his hand, like runs past them, right? Startles them, right? So one, I was upset. I got like no warning from the ladies, right? They weren't like, he's on the way or like, hey, watch out. And then like Tim, he like runs past Tim. He's like, Myke. He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah. Did you get some ice cream, man? You might want to try this ice cream. Melting all over his hand, like it's all over his face, like sloppily. You know, it's like $2.36. But if you got a season pass, it's like it takes off like 17 cents. And I'm just looking at this guy like, what's happening? Right?
Oh
like friends are they're laughing at me. They're like you're very popular. I'm like, it's one guy, you know, like you're very popular. And I'm like, thanks for the heads up, man. I appreciate that. And so like now we have like this little like inside joke between us now. Where like blue ice cream, like Tim went and bought me this patch. Like he I saw he gave it to me in Silver Dollar City. He's like blue ice cream after the patch. I'm like, I'm gonna get that stitched on like one of my shirts. But like he just kept popping up, man. Like if you ever seen that movie Mr. Deeds, like with the butler, with Adam Sandler, and he's like, oh, sneaky, and like he just kept like boom. It's like he would show up like out of the blue, man. I'm like weird. So like that was strange. And then the only other time it was like that was we were all at American Dream Mall for Nickelodeon Universe, and another guy would not leave me alone, man. Like the whole day kept following us around, like me and the rest of the Koshi idiots, and like we had to like tell him directly, like, hey man, like this is the private function, but he just wouldn't. He would just keep coming in line, like it's fun. Like I would like move my way to like the back of the line. Like we had a big group, man. It was probably like 20 of us, right? And so like I'd be in the front of the group talking, whatever. To like Gabby, like Lane Coach Nerd, or like Crystal Sarson, whoever, like whoever's in line with us, right? And then Coach Junkie, right? So like I walked to the back of the line because I seen him there. Do you know that as they're boarding the train, he like waited, like everybody's getting on the train, and like he like waits until I walk up. He's like, I guess I'm riding with you. And I'm like, what's happening, man? Like what's happening? And but that's some crazy stuff though. But like they're both like harmless people, man. But like those are some like funny instances where like, you know, he's just like, what is happening? And like my friends think it's all funny, man. Like Coach Junkie like actually sent me a picture of like this like annoyed look in my face because the guy's like talking to me. I'm just not like, yeah. He's just like besties. I'm like, thanks, man. Like that's really funny. But, like, you know, it's fun. We got off of I think we had got off of Shredder. So yeah, we got off Shredder and like ran over to another ride, and like he was still on the train like behind us. do you know and we got in line. Do you know I'm sitting there talking to Kosher Junkie like in line, and like all of a sudden he just bust out laughing, right? Cause like
Oh
we had
my
like
God.
there's no way he could have saw us. And he just bust out laughing. I'm like, what? He just starts laughing. I turn around and there he is.
Oh my
Jesus. I'm like,
God.
he's just like, what? Like, how did he even get in line? I'm like, what did you do? Did you
That's
like cut in
awesome.
front of like 15 people? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
do we have to? Are we gonna have like a Kentucky cancel situation here, man? Where we have to throw you out
Kentucky
of the park
canceled.
now, man? I don't know, man. So like
Oh
those
my
are like
God.
2 ones, but the guy at Hollywood, man, Coach Drew 624. Follow that guy, man. Ask him why he
Follow him.
wants to
Follow him on
follow
Instagram.
him, man. Ask him like why he wants to like do that. But like he's
So,
cool.
so
He's harmless, man. He's a great guy.
actually, funny story. I put blue ice cream in the thumbnail just for this story. I literally Googled an image of blue ice cream and I was like,
That's
yes.
hilarious.
So
Oh
only people who watch this all the way through will understand. But okay. So next question. Top 5 bucket list parks and top 5 bucket list coasters.
my. Man. Bucket list park. So like I would say right now, no really order, but like my number one is definitely Energylandia.
Mhm.
Like I just love everything about like what that park's all about. After that, really no water, man, but I really want to go to Europa Park. Sound like the theming of that part looks so amazing out there. You know, like amazing. Um, Port Aventura, you know, like want to go there. Holiday Park, I really want to, man. Like some of these coaches out there, man, like just Expedition G-Force, like
Yeah.
some of these things are like on my list. Like I want to go to. I want to get on DC Rivals. If we're
Oh
talking like
yeah.
coasters. But number one coaster though is Zadra's number one for me. Like as far as like sought out coaster. Number two I would say is Wood Coaster. Out there in China and Shanghai Nights, like that right there, probably the best coaster ever built by GCI. It just looks amazing. I'm all about wooden terrain coasters, so I would say that's probably like one. I also want to get on man, what are some rides I really want to go? Like, so if I go overseas, I really want to do Expedition G Force. I really want to do Zadra, DC Rivals,
Oh yeah.
like that
That Mac
coach. What
Hyper,
about
man.
Australia, man? Yeah, it just looks like, man, it's backwards. Can you imagine like doing something like backwards? Like
Like
really?
nobody's ever done a hyper. I can't think of a single hyper coaster that's gone backwards before.
Crazy. So like so I really want to do that. There's some really unique ones also as well
Yeah.
that I want to do. So like everybody loves Terrence. So like I definitely want to try that out as well too.
Oh yeah.
So there's some things out there, man, that I really can't wait to go to. But Interlandia is definitely number one. I was actually supposed to go for Memorial Day this year.
Mm.
Everything's ready to go, flight booked, everything's ready to go, and then COVID hits, and then all of a sudden, it's
Yikes.
off, sadly.
Are
But
you?
I'll open the borders up. Like, I want to go over there. I want
Yeah.
to go over there,
Um.
and then also like Edgenica, what? Yeah,
Oh
so
yeah.
like so that looks like insane.
Yep. Oh, that was a random alert that I just got on my computer. So what was I gonna say? That's really interesting. Okay. So this is a joke question that I decided to throw in here. Um, how did it feel to work with Airtime Thrills? Haha, lol. That's literally what I put after that. So yeah, how is that? How is the relationship built there?
With me and Anton Thrills, me and Chris, his name, me and Chris have a really good relationship. You know, like I saw him in Hollywood Nights,
Yes.
and he was wearing, an eltoro run shirt like the one I have one now. I was proud of him. You know, like it just shows that he really wants to be a coach idiot at heart. So it's great. You know, we would love to have him. You know, if he wants to come through, but he's got to come off some of that commission money. But like, yeah, we're good. And I would say our relationship is really good. You know, he's moving out there to Oklahoma. You know, congratulations on him on that. He's gonna have a new home park. Good for him. I see that he's trying to get closer to me as he's good. So like he's halfway here. You know, I'm in Virginia and he's in Oklahoma, so now he's shortened the trip status. So, but I had a great time with him, man. He as an enthusiast, man, he's got some awesome video content. Great guy to have a conversation with. Very knowledgeable. We what's really unique about him is that we disagree so much
Yes.
on like coasters, like you know, but like that's a good thing though because
Yeah.
it always like sparks like great conversation.
Yeah.
I was, however, able to ride with him at Hollywood Nights on the voyage, trimless at night, and
The Church of the Voyage.
that was
And
his
his
words, right?
words.
His words were like, he's starting the Church of the Void. His reaction was like legendary. Like, he wrote like his brother was there too, so like it was just kind of cool, like to see like his initial reaction. And like while we're riding it, like when the trims didn't hit, like he's got this like like moment like when it happens, and like he's like on the brake run, man, like cussing it up. He's like, oh my god, that shouldn't even be legal. I'm like, I know. I was like, it's phenomenal. Like it's phenomenal, isn't it? So he finally, like everything he put in that one video when he talked about pacing and the trims and the trains and the roughness, I'm like, oh god, debunked. And I was like, oh, debunked. I expect a new video for him to come out pretty soon.
Speaking
at least you know, update on how he feels about the voyage.
Yep. Speaking of Airtime Thrills, do we want to announce the challenge that we had for Airtime Thrills?
That's right. So like, we'll call them out, man. So like, you know, so here's the thing about Airtime Thrills, like where we separate, right? Like,
by the way, before we continue, we do love Chris with
love
him.
Love him. What up, Chris? My guy.
Yeah,
he's our guy. Love him, man. But like Chris does not like aggressive coasters, right? Like typically doesn't like aggressive roller coasters. Like he doesn't like I-305, he Sky Rush, like these intimate, like these aggression, wonderful like racing coasters, not for him, right? So he loves his hypers, man. You know, he loves his graceful B&Ms, which is fine. I'm not I like B&Ms too, but like they're not my preferred, right? Like I've only got one B&M in my top 25, right? So
is it Fury?
That's it. Yeah, it's Fury. It's only one. That's it. And so he loves those B&Ms, man. So, you know, I think me and you had talked about like we should probably challenge him to make a top 10 list of like the 10 most like aggressive coasters.
Yes.
And like make a top 10 list of 10 most aggressive coasters. And like don't have it, like you can't have any like no B&Ms or whatever. Like you can't have any
B&Ms. Absolutely, unless it's Fury. The Fury's the.
So we just want to kind of see where he picks his brain, like kind of see like what do you find as aggressive?
It's like intense? So number 10, the helix on Goliath or Titan or whichever one it is.
Oh god! Yeah,
after you trim to a sudden stop and then you get a tire and then So what I want him to do is make just devote a week to intense content and call it Intense Thrills.
Yeah, so we said he should update his name to just Intense Thrills for a week.
Yes, exactly.
So just get rid of the airtime and just say Intense Thrills for a week. Like we both have airtime in our names, and we just like it differently. That. I like ejector airtime. Like love ejector. I love ejector airtime. He loves that floating sensation, which is and both airtime experiences are really good, by the way.
Yeah,
like, no, they're both very fun.
Exactly.
And I love to be just thrown around, just throwing. I love that. There's just aggression coasters because I feel like they're more alive. Yeah. But so we just want to challenge him on that, kind of pick his brain. And so if you guys see Airtime Thrills, I'm going down on my seat.
I just saw you shrink suddenly, and I was like, yes.
So if you see Airtime Thrills, ask him, hey, could you make a top 10 video of your top 10 most intense coasters? I'm going to dare him to leave off I-305. Like you're gonna have to admit that this coaster is aggressive. Sky Rush. You're gonna have to admit these things, man.
Yes.
You're gonna have to.
He's gonna
have to give us some shine, man.
He's gonna be like number one. Sky Rush's lap bars are the most intense thing. Like,
that's right. So. But it's all fun though. It's all fun. It's all fun. Yeah. All fun here. But I hope he does do that video though.
Yeah,
I really would love to see that's kind of how his intense videos.
That would be awesome.
I can see him probably saying over there at eltoro Ryan, I want you guys to release a video talking about the 10 most graceful rides. So I'm like,
okay,
sure.
I want to see that. I want to see that.
I can see what we can do for you, man.
It's just all B&M hypers just to make him mad.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be Mako. Yes, it's great. I'm gonna have Apollo Chariot.
Just like
here we go.
And number one is what is it? Comet at Hershey Park. like
Comment, graceful, smooth.
but
Probably should put a Firebird on there. That's smooth. Smoothest B&M, by the way, in Maryland. But it's the smoothest B&M. So smooth. Cat
so
can tell you that, man.
everything.
Kitty Cat 392. She'll tell you that like that ride is like one of her best, one of her favorites.
Really?
And like, oh yeah, she loved that thing, man. She like we rode it at Six Flags America, and she just couldn't get enough. Like she wanted some re-rides. We didn't really have the time.
Yeah.
So we wanted to ride some other thing, but she was just like, get me back on this thing.
Wow. That's how I felt about Dominator.
Firebird.
That's how I felt about Dominator when I was at King's Dominion for the second time. I didn't ride it my first time, but because we forgot it existed until we left the park. So
Dominator?
yeah,
yeah. It's only the first coaster into the park to the left.
Yeah, exactly. But when the second time I went there, I rode Dominator, and it was my number one for quite a while, actually, because I didn't ride the number one coaster in the park at the time.
I
didn't.
Do you want to tell them what the number one coaster is in the park? It's kind of a
it's not tall. It's not fast. It's not the most intense coaster in the world. It's definitely not I-305. Or for all who don't understand abbreviations, Intimidator 305.
So it must be Twisted Timbers then, right?
Yeah. I'm pulling an airtime thrills here, aren't I?
Okay.
Oh my god.
No, Timbers is awesome, man. Like it's.
I haven't even ridden it. I rid Hurler. I haven't ridden.
Haven't been on it yet.
No.
Nah.
I need to get on it eventually because it'll probably be that or Lightning Rod will be one of my first RMCs. I almost got Lightning Rod when I went to Dollywood, but it didn't work out.
But yeah. Tell them what your favorite ride is at King's Dominion. I actually like it though. I actually like that ride. So it's actually.
So for the longest time, it was Rebel Yell. I believe that's the one you're thinking of.
Rebel Yell.
Yeah, Rebel Yell. It's probably one of my favorite wooden coasters. Like
Not Racer 75, by the way.
Yeah, no. If you say Racer 75, you're literally wrong. Like
can't call it that. I can't call it that.
No,
it's not gonna happen.
It's a disgrace. Sorry, I get very passionate about this. Oh wait, Katarina said not Firebird. I hate Firebird more than anything.
That's her favorite ride in the park. That's crazy. What? No, she hates that thing. So
I got gullible.
She hates it so much. Like it's so funny.
It's like not Firebird. This is her little comment. She said not Firebird, all caps. I hate Firebird.
Yeah, it's not
more than anything.
She can't stand it. That she's like, no. She's like, not smooth. She said, you lied to me. I'm like, no, it's smooth. I didn't lie. It's the smoothest B&M.
It's definitely not in Maryland. Yeah,
it really is. Like those are 100% facts, man. I did not lie to her. Like those are facts.
My god. Okay, that's awesome. Oh my! I thought you were being real with me.
Yeah, I was. It's nah, she doesn't like that ride at all.
Oh my god, that's
she
awesome.
Can't stand it.
All right. So this is gonna go into it's not really a segment, but what is the biggest life-changing event that happened to you while you were a coaster enthusiast?
That's a good question. So I would probably say and I know it's kind of cliche to like scapegoat her up that just left it, but I'd probably say Hollywood Nights, 2019. And the reason why I say that is because it was my first time attending. And fun fact about me, like I had never watched so I don't watch POVs of any coasters that I've never been on. All right, so I do it on purpose so that way I can't like know the feel of it. I may watch some off-ride footage, but I won't watch the POV. Yeah, I want to be surprised, right? So. I didn't know anything about the layouts for like Raven Legend, Voyage, Thunderbird, and so like they took me on the journey when they took me to Raven Legend, then they kind of built it up to Voyage, but like the event itself was life changing for me because like I got to meet so many new people for the first time. I've been to coach events before. I've been to like ride openings, media days, and a lot of things, but this was different level. This was. Hey man, there's all the YouTubers, there's all the Instagrammers, there's all the photographers, like there's all the coaching enthusiasts that I see. Hey, there's all the people, all the stuff. Like, hey, there's a guy. I mean, that guy's got awesome footage, man. I love his pictures, man. Like, so it's like, I got to meet. I'm a social person, man. Like I don't care, and like I'll talk to anybody. So like, so it's like it was really unique, man, to kind of see like everybody, people from California, Texas, Ohio, Virginia, like all over the country, just merging into one spot, and then actually getting that first trimless ride on Voyage, and I looked at Peter, right, from Eltoro Ryan, like Skeet Pete, and I had this look in my face, like, what was that? Right? Like he was looking at me like, I don't know. He said it's never ran like that before. So this is like right after like Hollywood World had like retracked the entire last third of the coaster in the prior season. So I guess they had just retracted like maybe a few months prior to that. So finished it. So like I guess they never ran like that before. So it was great, man. Like just being in that atmosphere, the energy, man, just seeing the passion, just seeing the camaraderie and how everybody gets along. It was so eye-opening. And I'm just like, you know what? Like I felt like for the first time, man, I'm not alone in this universe where it's like I don't feel like I'm weird. You know, like like
yes,
like, I had this obsession with this here as well too. A lot of stuff like I don't feel weird anymore, man. I feel very comfortable like where I am. So
oh my god, I need to go to Holiday Nights then.
So after that, man, like after that whole event and just meeting everybody and interacting and seeing the energy and how people get like how people just clap and like it's just like the noise and the, you know, you lose your voice. It's just amazing. So I now will always like plan my year around Hollywood Nights. And so like even this past year, amazing. You know, like there were so many more people there than last year, like almost like double, I want to say. Even in this time of the world with the COVID and the rain, and we had the Hurricane Laura coming through, and it was like everybody still showed up. It was just amazing. And we got rain rats on the Voyage. If you were at Hollywood Nights, then you know, like Legend ran great, Ray ran great, and then the Voyage was just out of world experience right there, man. Like that coaster. And that element is like by itself, right? Yeah. Like if you were to rank coasters, like that's like its own thing, right? Like nothing on earth can do that, right? Like it's just like, okay, there's nothing else that can do that. Yeah. Then there's like everything else in the world, right? It's like there's Voyage on like trimless at night, and that can in those conditions, and it's like nothing can touch that. It's like, okay, now that I've experienced that, now it's like okay, I can do anything, right? Yeah. It's just like I can do any ride. Yeah. So it was great, man. I love the interaction. I love the park, how they treat you. Like great staff. We had parking lot. We had a parking lot like tailgate prior to the event. We drank lots of water, you know, lots of water. And then it's just like, you know, you prep for it. We have after parties, are great afterwards as well too. Back at the houses, and then like you do it. Then you get a whole day. You do it again, behind the scenes footage of it. You know, you get walk back tour. They feed you. You know, and it's just everybody's on the same page. Yep. You know, like everybody wants to ride. No one's mad about anybody. There's no drama. It's just
escape.
You got these huge long lines, and like nobody's complaining. Like everybody just gets in line, and then everybody just talks to everybody. You know, like until we get to the platform, and everybody just like, all right, exactly. Here we go. You know, are you ready for like the most like insane ride experience you're ever gonna get? You know, like so. You know, I appreciate Hollywood for that. And so, like, for me, it will always hold a value to me. So that's that right now, the last weekend in May or early June, the weekend of Memorial Day as it is, that's every year now. Like, that will be prime number one for me. And that's life-changing
awesome.
For me.
That's awesome. That's definitely... you tried to convince me to go, and I really wanted to. The problem was,
yeah, man.
I know.
Yeah, man.
It really.
I talked to your dad, man. I talked to your dad. You know, I sent over the flight information. I sent over ticket thing. I sent over like locations where to stay. I gave him the videos, man, about their safety procedures because you know Hollywood World does. You know, everybody with their masks. They got sanitizer. So social distancing is in line, not the best, but like everything else is pretty well. But like, yeah, I gave him the facts and. You know, we were sad not to have you there, Jackson.
I know. There. But there is that reminds me, the mask thing, the whole 24 dogs on I don't know if you've seen Coaster Studios' video or if you were there to experience it.
Didn't have to watch the video. Yeah, I saw it in person.
Oh my gosh, I feel bad.
Weird. Let's just say that was weird, but it's like fun at the same time. Like,
were you on that ride or?
No, I wasn't on that ride. But But that couple, man, like who actually had the mask on, like they were really nice, man. Like he was like walking around with this like voyage sign, like it was really cool.
That's
and
cool.
like he let us use it in the picture. But I thought that was pretty interesting, man. Like how they all had a little mask, had the mask on, and like did a full train takeover the mask. That's so strange. But like I was saying, like that's Hollywood nice though. You know, like weird, crazy stuff like that's acceptable. You know, you can't just walk into a park, man, on a regular operating day with a mask on and just go ride a voice.
Ski
man.
mask of a husky.
Like,
and
it's not
like,
gonna happen, man. These things aren't gonna happen.
No. That's awesome though. That's what being a coaster enthusiast is about. It's embracing our weirdness and our ability to like remember all these stats and like this pointless information unless you're a coaster enthusiast. And it's stuff like that really makes me excited to be a part of this community, to be a part of this world.
It's tremendous, man. You know what the best thing about Hollywood Nights was this year?
What?
Was the park had this all-female train takeover, right? It was so special, man. I mean, I loved everything about that. It was organized by lame coaster nerd Gabby, and it was so. It's just like you'll never see that, right? I hope they make it annual every year, but like the park president she got involved. They had the all female staff on the platform. They had an all female like ride op. They had an all female train. Last year, Hollywood Nights in 2019, there might have been like 3 or 4 female enthusiasts, right?
Yeah.
That I probably saw. This year, explosion, right? It's just the community is just growing bigger and bigger. But another thing I love about like Holiday World and the event is like they took time to say, hey, you know what? Someone has an idea for a concept or something, and then like they jumped on it, right?
Yeah.
And they made it happen. Like that's never like it gave a voice, like for me, it kind of gave a voice to the women and saying, hey, we appreciate the women in the community, and we're gonna show you that, hey, we recognize that you're here. And like exactly. Just to watch that was just so amazing and surreal. If you haven't watched like Nikki G Does Things video, like she's got a YouTube video out, and like they got footage of that and kind of like go behind the scenes of like how that happens during her video of her Hollywood Nights cover. Like it was outstanding by that park to do that.
That's
and
awesome.
Like those are the type of things, man, that reasons why I'll always keep going to these events. Like you talk about life changers, man. Like how many times you get to see think about those women that rode that train, right? Like they got to ride with all female enthusiasts on one train.
Exactly.
Like that's you can't get that anymore else. That's just so amazing. It's so it's like borderline emotional, man. Like even though I wasn't on it, man, but you know,
because you're not that female.
but you know, I'm with people's on it, but it's like all my friends are on there. It's just like just watching their faces and their expressions afterwards, and the tears and the hugging, and it's just like, hey, the community's growing. It's a strong community, and it just showed a level of appreciation. That I hope next year they can fill up 3-4 trains. They got 1.5 this year, 1 full train, another train after that as well, too, like a half full. I hope they do 3 next year. Yep. So shout out to the ladies in the community, man. Like, you know, we appreciate you guys, and we're glad to have you here, man. So like that was amazing, and like that's another thing about the community, man, that I really love so much. Is like as far as the growth and just seeing like that joy and that passion in these women, man. It was great.
It's awesome. It's amazing to see stuff like this happen, especially with what's going on in the world. Like, especially with all the, like, the negativity and all the destruction you're all good. But with all of that going on in the world, to see something as, like, almost beautiful as that, it's truly awesome. It's amazing to see that kind of stuff with all the recent, like, stuff that's been going on. But another side question that I had, did you ride Thunderbird? Did you ride Thunderbird?
So somebody asked me, right, like how many rides you get on Voyage at Hollywood at Hollywood Nights? I said I got 31. There are really long lines, and 31 for the whole like 2 days combined. There are really long lines, and then the whole event, which is a good problem to have, right? The park that's good for the park. Better operation on Saturday night than Friday, but man, it was so long for the boys. But they're like, well, how'd you get like so many? I'm pretty sure I'm one of the people that got like some of the most rides. Yeah. I'm like, well, I rode Raven and Legend once. That was on Friday. So once I rode Legend and Raven. The first 2 things I rode was Legend and Raven. The first 2 rides I ever rode, and then I rode Thunderbird once on Friday, and once on Saturday.
Okay.
Everything else was voyage.
So
That's all I needed.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
all I needed.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's all I needed from Raven and Legend, man. Like
Yeah.
by the way, they are phenomenal rides, right? CCI, those are some great CCI coaches, and they're fun. And I got more rides on them last year, and I rode it, I rode them this year too, prior to the event.
Yeah.
But I was there for a God tier level coaster, was what I was there for, and let's just say, man, like I could never, ever get tired of riding that. Like ever get tired. Like 8 hours a year to ride the Supreme Beast. I'm sorry,
the Supreme
in category because Beast is not the Voyage, by the way. It's not even close. But to ride the Supreme engineering perfection that is the Voyage, absolutely. Like yeah, I got as many rides I possibly could.
That's awesome.
But I did give attention to the other rides.
Attention. Like,
I gave him attention.
You're like, hey, all right. So back to you, Voyage. How are you doing?
As a matter of fact, I gave them attention first. I gave them attention first.
That is very true.
I just wanted to show them, like, hey, I'm here for you.
That is very
on
true.
Friday, and then I'll see you guys next year.
Yes.
Like that type of thing. And that's it.
All right,
I'll walk by you a few times, but I'll be down there at the bottom of the hill in the Thanksgiving section.
That's awesome.
Having a good time.
That's
enjoying myself.
Okay, so this is another question that I have. If you were to change one famous coaster's YouTube channel's name, who would it be, and what would you change it to?
A YouTuber change their coaster name?
Yes.
Change their YouTube channel name? Oh man. Man, I could pick it on, man, but like, yeah, I changed Airtime Thrills' name. I changed it from Airtime to Intense Thrills. That's his new YouTube channel name. We'll call it Intense Thrills. And then I'll force him to like have to talk about Sky Rush and like Intimidator.
Say how good it is too. He has to say how good it is.
Storm Runner. You know, he'll have to like talk about Intimates. Like he's gonna have to talk about Intimates now. Like you have no choice, man. Like now you have to talk about Intimates. Like,
we're forcing
Superman the Ride. Like these things you're gonna have to give attention to. Like literally, like you can't hide anymore.
Yep.
Like, the Voyage. You know, you're gonna have to talk about these things now.
Yep.
Get away from these Makos and these Intimidator 232 Raging Bulls. You know the Leviathans and the Furies. You know, like you see the common theme here. Me and him. Get away from these things and and recognize that there are some things out here that are intense, which I do. I know he's not the biggest fan of intense rides, but like Intense Thrills. That'd be great.
Oh my god. We did talk about the challenges part, didn't we? I'm pretty sure.
I believe so. Yeah, the challenge is good. So like he should go ahead. I changed that. If I couldn't change his name, then probably to pick up my friend Nikki G does things, but I probably change her channel to Timmy G does a lot of things, right? That's her husband. Great guy, man. That guy does rucking, like he does film editing. He builds backpacks, he builds them, man. He creates and builds these things, man. They're nice. That's like awesome. He does so much, like he has like so much like creative things in him. So like I'd probably like change his name to like that, so that way he can get some shine and like have Nikki in the background drinking some coffee because she loves coffee. Like watch him do his thing. Even like Timmy G. Timmy, not even Tim, just Timmy G.
Timmy.
Doing things, right?
Oh
and like
you
can see like I can just see like sped up footage of him, like time lapses of him like doing all this work.
That's awesome.
Shout out to Tim, man. That's click sit boom on Instagram right there.
That's awesome. I am trying to remember if I had any more questions. I'm looking on my iPad. I do not have any more questions. So if it doesn't look like anyone else has any more questions either, although Katerina said I did too. I'm not sure what that's referencing to. It was like an hour ago when she texted that or typed it in chat, but she said I did too, all caps. I don't know what that meant.
Okay. She might have been one of the people that got stalked by good old Drew there, because that was happening too. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to ask her like once we're going over with as well too. But
yeah,
she's been there, right? Like it's funny. I've only been to parks with her like only this year. So so every time I've been to a park, she's been there, and so Definitely, but like she's kind of like come through and kind of seen some of the funniest moments and some of the down to earth like worst moments. But
Yeah.
like this kosher season, and it's crazy because like this year there has not been like really any bad moments at all.
Oh, it's good.
Um, During kosher season, I'm trying to think any kind of park we had any problems with, but like no,
Um,
it's been pretty cool. Man.
Blue
We haven't
ice
had
cream.
yeah, besides my man, Drew coming around here, man, with his
I
face
mean, we
so
respect you,
dripping.
Drew, but just like blue ice
Respect the
cream.
Drew, man. Respect the Drew, man.
So
Just hey, man. You're a great guy. We appreciate you, man. Thanks for following the channel. Ryan really
yes.
appreciates that. We like that support, and just it's it, man. That's all I got to really say to him because like he's probably at my doorstep right now. Just checking over there, man. Just
Oh
make
my
sure.
god.
I'm on the third, so I'm in my house right now. I'm on the third floor of my house, and so I
Just
went and
like-
locked the door. I locked the door, put the alarm on, right?
Oh my
And
god.
so like I'm over here like in my phone, like checking just to make
Oh
sure
my
things,
God.
I have my little alarm on the door, so that way if anything walks by, like it like notifies me. So I'm just
Tito,
checking that.
Tito.
I'm just checking to make sure has
Oh my
anything
God.
come across that yet today. Like nothing's
Oh.
good so far, man. Nothing has come across the front of the house or the back. That's so good. So I haven't
That's
seen anything,
good.
but he is sneaky. He's sneaky. So
It's just like he's like popping through the window right now. That'd be
yeah,
awesome.
like hey, it's storming outside. So like, I hope he got an umbrella and jacket. But like,
Oh,
no, we're just messing with you, Drew.
I know.
But
you're
like,
an
yeah, if
awesome
y'all
guy.
see Coach Drew 624, man, go stalk his page, man. Like, yeah, send him
Also-
a DM, man. Like, why are you following people all the time, man?
Also,
Stop
what
listening.
I
Don't do that.
want this channel to do is I want everyone to go to Coaster Drew and say, "Can you buy me blue ice cream?"
That'd
He'll
be
be
great.
so confused.
Love that.
And then link
Love
and then
that.
link him this video so he understands that for
Awesome.
views. Yes. Just like that's
I love his passion. That guy, I think that guy's ridden Orion like more times than anybody so far.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like his home park is Kings Island, I believe, and
Oh.
so I think he's been on Orion like more times than anybody. I just rode Orion, over the weekend, and I will say this, man, like I wasn't very impressed with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
so-
a lot of people weren't. Let's be real.
No, I'm not, and I'm not. I don't want to pick it, but like it already has like a rattle and a vibration, like a
So do
rattle.
all the B&Ms at Kings Island,
It's
though.
weird, man. I was
So-
like, because like like furious, like glossy, smooth, like for a Giga, like it's
Yeah.
just like this one is just like Diamondback almost broke my back, man, when I was there. I can't ride
I saw
Diamondback. I'm
someone's
done with
story.
Diamondback, man. Me and Diamondback do not get along.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
how I know it's unpopular opinion, but I don't know how people love that coaster, man. Like it is brutal.
I
Like
mean,
it is brutal. man.
Airtime
Like,
Thrill, it is like his second hyper.
just-
So
I don't understand how you can just deal with the, just like Jesus, like I was like, God, I've been like a train wreck of this thing, man. It's not a wooden coaster. It shouldn't feel like a wooden coaster. Like it shouldn't do that. Like it shouldn't do that.
I think
I know what they expect on a wooden coaster, man. Like I'm supposed to get that, man, but not on that
and
thing
like
right
it's
there, man. Just-
clamshells too. That shouldn't
It's
like hurt
unbelievable,
you.
man. Yeah, there's airtime on it, man, but it's just like, geez, man, it's a pricey. Just,
Yeah, no.
it's not my favorite, man. Like.
I can.
So I will say this: I appreciate my home park more after going to Kings Island this weekend. And Kings Island's a solid park, man. It's a good park.
Yeah,
It's
no.
a really good park. So they have a very good variety of lineup. But like Kings, to me, and in my opinion, is just a much more superior park than Kings
Interesting.
Island. That's just my opinion.
I don't think other people would say that, but
Much more, man. Like the clones, like they have the similar rides. Like all the clones in Kings Dominion are better. Like Flight of Fear is better. Rebel Yell's better. Racer, ours is better. The only thing that's that they have is better is probably Stunt Coaster because their effects work. That's about it.
yeah,
That's their stuff work. Ours doesn't work.
no.
Other than that, man, like like the park itself, like they have the Beast. We have. I love Grizzly. Man. That
Grizzly's
beach is
awesome.
that beach is so trim, man. But it's I get why people like it, and it's
hype.
important in the coaster place. Man, that thing is I
It
think
was
brutal,
the
man, on
first
Sunday,
coaster
man.
by Den, or like by the guy who created Den, I believe.
And that spawned everything, right? Like Den spawned, like CCI,
RMC.
CCI spawned GCI, CCI also spawned Gravity Group. So like everything, everything kind of came from that. So like
And if-
I appreciate that like so much.
And if you think about
What
it,
it did.
RMC would not be where we are without Den. If you
That's
think
right.
about it.
So I appreciate the beast like for what it is, but like man, it is just Yeah, man, it's a journey. I call it a journey. You know, it's like a journey out there. So like,
Okay.
everybody can ride it. It's a coaster that everybody, like
Yeah.
young, old, new, that everybody can ride it.
Yeah.
So it's no airtime, there's no intensity, but it is Heels is good. The Heels is fun. I give that.
I
Heels is
have
awesome.
a question for you. This is
Oh,
another
cool.
question that I just thought of. Would you rather have Racer RMC'd or Beast RMC'd? In
Oh.
like a perfect world where nobody would like lash out no matter which one you picked.
Oh, yeah. Oh, at Kings Island? Oh, I
Yes.
definitely have Racer RMC. Like keep the beast the way it is, man. I like it the way it is. I'm all ballers installed. I love winning coaches, man. Like keep it what it is.
Yeah.
But that racer is not fun at Kings Island, man. Like it is, especially the red side or blue side. Blue side is not fun. Right, that's the right side. Where you going? That side's not fun. That side could use some help. Like Rebel Yell is so fun at Kings Dominion. Like
Yeah,
it's
no,
not
it's
rough.
awesome.
It's great. And you were like kind of like next to the train you're racing like most of the time. But like that one, it separates. It's rough. You can't even see the people anymore. They don't even like dispatch at the same time. It's just different. But oh no, yeah, they can RMC that thing, man. Make it like Twisted Colossus, man. You know, make it like a Mobius
Twisted
loop.
Colossus.
And, good. It'd be great.
That would be awesome.
That way, Kings Island have an RMC because they don't have an RMC
No, they
or
don't.
an Intamin. They'll never have an Intamin.
No,
They'll never have an Intamin. No, there's no RMCs there. There's no aero loopers there. There's no. They don't have any. They don't. Have, so like Kings Dominion has all these things, right?
Yeah.
that I just really
Exactly.
love. You know, like. They don't have my stuff. Got an RMC, got Intamin? No? Oh. I do.
See, we have an Intamin Giga. What do you have?
Okay.
A crappy B&M Giga.
Oh, you got 3 B&Ms. Oh, good for you. Good for you. I like my B&M. My B&M is great. I got the longest force in the world, and it's good. And it's smoother than every other B&M at your park.
Exactly.
So that's good.
But my unpopular opinion, I would personally RMC the Beast.
Is that right?
Believe it or not, as a wooden coaster like maniac, I would RMC Beast. I would ride it first as, you know, its normal self. But I think, imagine all the possibilities that could come out of Beast. There's only certain possibilities that can come out of Racer or like something along those lines.
I don't know.
Or like even Mystic
cool.
Timbers.
They would have to like invent airtime on that coaster. Like I don't know how they do that, but like they'll have to like invent airtime. Like somewhere.
Those helixes, imagine with RMC trains, that would be.
Hills is great, man. The Hills is awesome, but like I'm just trying to figure out like where would they put the airtime? Because
they wouldn't. That's the thing.
It's a terrain straight track coaster like everywhere. So like I just don't know where the airtime's gonna be.
They'll probably just keep all the footers and knock the whole rest of the thing down.
They'll have a challenge, but like it'd be nice. But I like it the way it is. Kind of keep it the way it is.
I can see that. I mean, my dad feels the exact same way. But anyways, we are low on time, so I am going to go ahead and because I don't have any more questions as far as I can remember.
Awesome.
So
thanks for inviting me, Jackson. I appreciate it.
Definitely. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to hit a like, comment, subscribe if you are on YouTube. If you came out to the live stream, thank you so much for coming out. This has been the Worldwide Parkcast and Skybear, over and out.
Please.
All right.